Okay, good morning. This is week 2 of Internet W131, and I'm going to try to do these every week, just kind of update you as to what I've been doing and update you to what I think you've been doing, okay, and just to talk a little bit about some of the coming projects. This does not count as one of the lectures or the podcasts that you have to respond to. You don't need to respond to this. This is just for your information and to help you out a little bit this week. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to point out that I've done some grading. I've graded the week 1 discussions. I consider the discussions an absolute integral part of this class, okay? I try to teach all my online classes exactly as I always taught my face-to-face classes with really rich classroom discussion. The purpose of classroom discussion is to engage you in the material and to also engage you in critical thinking. And as we move along in the unit, you'll see that the stuff I have having you talk about in these discussions gets closer and closer to the topic of the project that you're actually going to be submitting, that particular unit, okay? So I try to keep the discussions on a kind of critical thinking level, and then I kind of try to narrow them and move them towards the actual work, the actual topic of whatever it is you can be writing or submitting near the end of the unit. Okay, so I've graded the first week's discussions, and as you know, I went in last week and made some comments on them and looked at them. So this week I've gone back, the deadline was Sunday night, and I've gone back and checked to make sure there's content, but I've not responded, personally to everybody. I can't do that. But I've checked to make sure there's content, and I've graded them by counting them. Okay, so if you got 100, that means you did a total of 4 or more posts. Thank you very much. Many of you did quite a few more than 4. I really appreciate that. That's lots of fun. If you got a 90, that meant you only did 3 posts, okay? You're required to get 100. You're required to do a total of 4 posts. 1 post is to the initial topic, where you create your own commentary about the topic itself. Whenever I said, hey, we're going to talk about this week, you need to say something about that, okay? Then you need to make a post to 2 of your peers. You agree, disagree, what are you thinking that they're thinking, kind of have some dialogue with them, just like you would in classroom. And then the 4th post should be responding to whatever I had to say in that discussion, okay? I've always got that podcast in there about the middle of the week, and you need to go back, take a look at that, and make some commentary of your own. This is not about agreeing or disagreeing, about being right or wrong. This is critical thinking. This is just engagement and kind of your traditional classroom discussion. Are you participating? Are you an engaged student? What are you thinking? Okay, and are you willing to, stand up and say it? I've already had several students say, wow, this is a lot easier in internet class to say what you're thinking. You're not quite so shy. So please get into the discussions early in the week and stay in them all week long, okay? That's how you're going to get your 100, all right? Because this is the end of the first week, right, and I know there's always, a learning curve in any kind of internet class. If you want to email me, say, oh, I didn't get 100, and I'm sorry, and I've gone back and I've completed the requirements to get 100. Would you please go back in and grade it? I'll do that for you, but you need to tell me which discussion you're talking about. You need to be very specific, okay? So this week only, I will go back and adjust your grade if you email me through Blackboard and tell me that you've completed the discussions and which ones you completed, okay? So I'm more than happy to work with you during week 1. After that, it's a kind of a drop-dead policy, okay? So that's the discussions. I have gotten a little bit of email from students who, just one actually, couldn't open my PowerPoint this week, or one of the MP4 files. Those are video files. To open up video files, you need to have QuickTime on your computer. So I placed it right here on the home page, right above this video, maybe below it. Haven't done it yet. So make sure you have QuickTime on your computer. And then my PowerPoints are all in 2007 PowerPoint. Okay, so if you can't open them, that could mean that you have an older version of PowerPoint. You have 2 options. You go to the bookstore, buy the newer version for 20 or 30 bucks. Gives you the whole suite, or you can email me, and being the nice guy that I am, I'll convert it and send it back to you as an attachment in the older form. But that's kind of a nuisance for both of us, okay? We've got some pretty good discussions this week, okay, that are due at the end of the week. Quite a few of you have already started in the Mill blog, which I really appreciate. I really think I've gotten a lot of great response from it in the past. Now, I know the instructions say something about word process, a document or something. All I'm saying is don't post anything in the Mill blog that's sloppy looking. That's all I'm saying. Typing in the discussion dialog boxes sometime, you can get kind of careless. Don't do that. These Mill blog postings look very professional from soldiers, so anything you post back to them, I want that to be professional, all right? And then, so that's one of the discussions, is to talk about your feelings about the Mill blog. And then the other discussion due this week is I'm having you watch a video, all right, about women and media and body image, that kind of thing. It's just another critical thinking exercise, all right. It could be the topic for your research paper at the end of the semester, okay. Lots of students like to write about this. It's just a fun video. It's just to get you thinking. It's more about critical thinking, okay. So make sure you get in there early and get often. Had a couple students take the Unit 1 graded quiz already. Don't do that until you've done all the readings, okay? The Unit 1 graded quiz is keyed very clearly into the readings, all right? And also, but do make sure you take the quiz before you write your literacy narrative. That's very important, that you've done the readings before you write that paper, okay? So I think that's all I needed to go over this week. I like the fact that this class is in units. Shortly, like next week, before the PowerPoint's due, your PowerPoint, your big major project, okay, is due a week from Sunday. Not this coming Sunday, but a week out. So next week you can expect to get a podcast from me where I discuss what I expect in the PowerPoint, and you will be required to make one response to that. You're not required to respond to this. At that time, I'll tell you exactly where that response is supposed to go. So, hey, I better quit yakking. These YouTube lectures need to be under 10 minutes. Thank you for attending class today.